clean up my chicken coop real quick. Well, not cleaning it up a little bit, but also putting down some. I'll show you all here in a bit. Putting down some straw along with, or not straw, but pine shavings, the large flake pine shavings. Again, that's large flake pine shavings. And then I'm also I have the opportunity to test out this product. Actually, to test out this product called Grubterra. I'm testing it out, and I'm going to provide a review later on once I've tried it. But nice things I'm hearing about it. It has like a slow release a mechanism that allows it to stay your chicken coop to stay fresh for up to about 15 weeks. So I'm looking forward to that. It does have a fresh scent, and it also extends. And that's why I'm going to go ahead and put bedding. Hey, Josiana, I'm just doing a quick live. I realized I hadn't gone live this week, I don't think. And I'm doing a quick chicken coop cleanup, and then I'm putting down some shavings. And then, like I said, I'm adding this Grubterra Chicken Coop Refresher to help extend the bedding life. I actually haven't been using a lot of bedding lately because of sometimes it can get wet and everything. Hey, Jody. And so I'm just going to put some shavings down and apply this Grubterra stuff and see how it, again, I'll probably wait to do my full review of it after the 15 weeks because I want to see if it holds up. And then the other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of winterize. Hey, Harjarine. If you look at this coop, again, the people who built this coop are pretty amazing individuals. So this skylight up here can open and close depending on the season and the weather. So there is well, oh yeah, there's a string. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the string. There's a string back here that allows me to open and close that screen. I'm going to leave it open because it is important that chickens have good airflow. The thing I'm debating about, because it is going to get into the low, it's a balance because you kind of want chickens, kind of like humans. You do want chickens to sort of get used to the temperature. It doesn't get it's rare for the area that I'm in that it gets below freezing. So I'm really debating if I actually want to put up. I'll show y'all in a bit. So they get airflow from the door. They also get airflow from this little window here. And then the other thing that happens is at the bottom, there's some airflow down here. But, and let me take y'all around to the side. There are covers that I can put up when it gets super cold. It is going to get in the upper 30s, I believe, in the next couple of days. So the challenge I'm having is whether I actually want to cover that up just yet or wait till it gets to December. And because it's still pretty warm, I'd have to move my live down to see what the temperature is. But it is supposed to get into the upper 30s, I think, in the next few days. So, like I said, it's a big debate if I'm going to go ahead and put those up. Oh my word, people are feisty in the afternoon already. Why are people so feisty? Anyway, so yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Again, I've been given the opportunity to do a review on Grubterra. I usually don't use chicken refreshers because I keep my chicken coop pretty clean. I also, that bottle down there is water and vinegar, so I tend to refresh it. But it's pretty cool. It has rosemary and thyme, which are actually really good herbs for chickens. And then, like I said, some really good things about it is that there's not a lot of ingredients to it, and that's always good for round chickens. So vermicide, hydrophobic coating, some essential oils. It is effective up to 5 weeks. And this is what I'm keen on here. Because I have not put bedding down in a while just because it can hold a lot of moisture, and which that ammonia buildup can happen, which can affect the chickens, which can affect you as a human. And so I've not been doing a lot of bedding this year. I've either put tarp down or I've just let the dirt kind of do its thing, and then I just clean out the poop and stuff. But I am going to put some down because bedding does help with keeping the chickens warm in the winter. I also got yesterday, I got some scratch, which is just corn and different grains and things like that. And so that helps keep their body warm, and I also give them protein. So there's some good things within here that I'm eager to try, and so we'll see what happens. So like I said, I'm really interested in this extension of the bedding life. Oh, so people have gone away. Oh no. So let's see. I'm originally from Hungary, Budapest. Oh, wonderful. That's really cool. Good to meet you, Jody. Good to meet you. So yeah, so we'll see what ends up happening. And so I'm gonna put this bedding down real quick, and then I'll mix in the Grubterra, and then I'll let y'all see the chickens once I'm done doing that. And looks like I'll need to collect some eggs. Looks like there's 3 in there, 1 in there. And I guess I could put some, I might put some of that stuff in their nesting box. So yeah, we got a good collection of eggs going. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 so far. So yeah, I'm hoping it works out. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, I hope it does what it says it's supposed to do. So I'm going to set y'all. I brought Hardrine. I brought your, you may recognize this, Hardrine. I brought this out so I can try to set this. Hopefully I don't hit a button, which I'm prone to do. So everybody kind of just stand by real quick. Hopefully I don't hit anything that turns the live off, because that would be sad. I think I got that okay. So let me kind of rearrange some things. Just go for the ride, as they say. I'm trying to get this to where y'all can see something other than nothing. So y'all can kind of see inside the coop. That should be a good enough angle. And then I'll put a chat here in a minute. So I'm probably not going to put a lot of this down, this bedding. Like I said, I've had a love-hate relationship with putting bedding down. So I kind of want to do the balance of the bedding. Hopefully y'all can hear me okay. Bedding is pretty packed in here, so I need to open it better. Okay, there we go. Bedding is packed. And I don't put the bedding everywhere in the coop. I kind of leave the area underneath the nesting boxes pretty clear and free. Okay, that should be good enough for now. And then here's my trusty little. So yeah, I'm probably just going to keep it a basic layer. Not put a lot down. There are people who practice different bedding techniques. You can use, some people use coffee, some people use sand. Some people use straw is really good, or like straw is a really good option. Like I said, I've just been kind of using the dirt that's in here this year because I just, again, bedding has a tendency to get wet and create moisture, and it becomes kind of a daily exercise in getting it cleaned out. So, okay, so that's good. So again, I'm not going to do my full review on this until I've actually used it, but this is the Grubterra, and I'm going to put some of this down. Okay, let me make sure I'm not missing any questions. Hey, Joe, good to see you. So I was just going to I realized I hadn't done a live this week. So I figured I'd jump on for a little bit. I have an opportunity, Joe, I think I may have mentioned it to you, to kind of do a review of this company, but I want to wait to do the full review till it's supposed to, it's supposed to help stay fresh using a 4.5 ounce bag, which is, I believe, what this is. It's 4.5 ounces. And so it's supposed to help the coop stay fresh up to 15 weeks. My coop tends to smell good because I clean it out a lot. Oh my word. Okay, y'all just, someone found a frog. So get a real moment here because Sophia found what I'm pretty confident is a frog. And y'all get to hope, can y'all see? So yeah, she found like the frog. So I'll let y'all witness this moment. Oh, somebody's about to steal her frog. That's probably why she came in here. Oh. So yeah, so chickens, oh yeah, she'll eat it. Chickens are omnivores. Chickens are 100% omnivores. So, oh no, she's gonna eat that frog. No, they're encounter. It's there. I just have chickens, but one of my chickens found a frog. They've eaten frogs. They've eaten snakes. They eat any kind of bug out there, and then they also eat they will eat mice, things like that. But chickens are full on omnivores, and they love protein. It helps their feathers. So there you go. But she will 100% eat it. And she may have a giant egg after it. Okay, so let's get back to our regularly scheduled program. So, gonna try the Grubterra. Like I was saying, I tend not to, my coop doesn't smell too bad because I clean it out pretty frequently every other day. I also use water and vinegar to spray it out. But what I like about this that it says to do is that it helps with extending the bedding life and keep some of that moisture away. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. So I'll do my full review of it. I'm gonna probably do a check at okay, so this makes sense. Okay, I love this. This is why it makes sense to open the bag. So I open the bag and it actually comes in these little, this is actually really good. This is exciting. So these are the actual 4.5-ounce bags. So this one bag will keep up to 15 weeks and you get 4 of them in a package. That's pretty cool. Oh, and it smells amazing. Again, the smell is rosemary and thyme. So I'm really excited about this. So I'm going to put some on the floor. And yeah. And so I'll kind of do a check-in at 7 weeks, and then I'll do a check at the end of 15 weeks just to see if this one little bag, right, this 4.5-ounce bag does the trick. And again, the company is Grubterra. So let me put this in here. We'll check on Sophia. If you're coming into the live, we just witnessed Sophia catch a mouse. Oh, sorry, catch a frog. And she's probably going to eat said frog if they haven't battled it out yet. So here we go. I'm going to spray it. I'm going to put some of it, most of it on the ground of the Grubterra, and then put some in the nesting boxes. So just bear with me real quick. Hopefully y'all can still see. This probably isn't the best angle. One of these days I'll learn angles, right? That's what y'all are waiting for. So I'm just kind of sprinkling it everywhere. Well, at least everywhere where I'm putting the bedding. So there's a little bit left. I'm going to put some of it in the nesting boxes. I'm trying not to have to open another bag, but I might have to, which isn't the end of the world. Oh, it actually smells really amazing. This is a great combination if you need a room freshener. If you don't hear me talking, it's just bending and talking sometimes is hard. So I am going to open another bag because I do want to put it in the nesting boxes. So there's a few eggs. What did I do with the bag? What did I do? Ah, there we go. I wonder if they make like I may suggest it to them to make like a shaker version of it, because it would be easier for the nesting boxes if they kind of made a shaker, like where you could shake it into these boxes. So I may suggest that to them. They may have it. I haven't. I looked at a few of the items, the products on their website, but certainly may have missed something. So if I'm just not talking right now because I'm just trying to, like I said, I'm bending down, and so it's just a little bit easier. Okay, I got that in there. It reminds me of catnip, actually. So, as far as the consistency of it, looks a little bit like catnip. So that's pretty cool. Like I said, I can definitely smell it. So it's definitely powerful. So like I said, I just kind of want to see what it looks like. I kind of want to see what it looks like at 7 weeks, because it's supposed to hold up for 15 weeks. So I kind of want to see how everything looks at week 7. Figure that's a good midway point. Maybe the end of week 7. And then also check it, of course, at week 15. And see if the smell holds up. But the smell is currently good. Like I said, I'm excited about the idea that it extends the life of bedding, because that's definitely necessary. Like I said, I'm putting just a little bit of layer of bedding down. I'm not putting a lot. And then there we go. So let me look at the comments. Okay. I'm just taking a look at the comments. Question is Owen. One of them is I feel like sometimes I learn their crows. It should be pretty confident that's Owen. Joe, you may be better at detecting which crows is whose and which one isn't. Hey, Okies, I'm just doing a quick, hey, Grow Something Beautiful. I'm just doing a quick live. I had the opportunity to do a review for a free product of this Grubterra, this chicken coop refresher. I typically don't use a refresher because it smells pretty good, but they gave me the opportunity. So I'm putting it in here. I came in to kind of do some winterization, just check everything, because we're supposed to be in the upper 30s later this week. And so I wanted to put some bedding down. I haven't been using bedding just because of, getting wet and some of the diseases I had to deal with this year. I haven't been using the bedding, but I wanted to go ahead and put some down, and so I did that. And then I put some of this in there, and then I also put some in the nesting boxes. It seems pretty cool. It's rosemary and thyme is the smell. It's supposed to have it's a slow release mechanism, so it's supposed to last up to 15 weeks. And then it's supposed to also extend the coop of the bedding. Depending on when you came in, my girl Sophia, apparently I let them out and Sophia found a frog. And so she was in the midst of eating or attempting to eat the frog. I don't know. Usually what ends up happening is when they find something like that, it becomes like a football. And sometimes, which is sad, but as in if you're a football fan, as you learn, the person may be in possession of the ball is not the person who maybe eats the ball, gets the score or gets into the end zone. So I don't know if Sophia got to eat it, because it's quite possible. It is definitely quite possible someone else got the frog. So let's check in on them real quick, and then I'll go over the other thing that I'm trying to decide or debate if I want to deal with. I brought my water bottle out here, so don't forget to drink some water. So here's some of the ladies. Let's go find Sophia and see if she's walking away, so I don't know that she got a chance to eat said frog. I have a feeling somebody else got it. And definitely in a situation when chickens are fighting over uh, a treat, the said treat is, you know, they'll tear something apart to get to eat something. So yeah, I don't know if she got to eat it. Sophia, did you get to eat the frog? Did you? I don't know. We'll never know. It'll be a mystery. Oh yeah, Jody. Yeah, I'll have to. Perfect. And thank you for doing that, Okie. Make sure y'all are making those connections. Make sure y'all are definitely making those connections. Okay. So let me see. So I'll go over one last time. One thing I may do, I may not stay on camera or stay on live to do it, only because I never, I'm never really good at finding these bolts. So I think probably what will happen is I'm going to check, and actually, Hardraine, I may have you check for our lovely state with the temperature. I know it's supposed to be in the upper, like I said, upper 30s at one point this weekend, but the people who originally built this coop, they did a couple of really nice things. They created kind of an over the top for airflow, because with chickens it's very important that they have airflow. As important it is that they stay warm, stay dry, it's also important that they have airflow. So they created that system where air gets there. They have a pass-through area. Then notice that they're using this you know, this nice you know, typically this is that landscape material, you know, to put down when you're trying to prevent moles and stuff from coming up into the ground. But they put this on here to help protect against predators. And it has a pass-through, and then it has another pass-through that kind of aligns with the door. So lots of airflow happens. And it's really nice because the string is like a pulley system. They built this pulley system so that the top can close. They actually had this whole mechanism where like water, but I don't like water coming in to the actual chicken coop. I get why people do it, but I don't put water. I try to avoid putting water and feed inside the chicken coop if I can help it. But they had this whole elaborate system. You can still see they caught water in like that rain barrel and everything. And then they rigged up the system to where water could go into the coop through the watering system through a PVC pipe. It's actually pretty nice, but most of that stuff was not here when we got the house, so we just removed all that and boarded that area up. But so there's these boards that I can put back on here, but it's not necessarily getting super cold, so I don't know that I want to put it up yet. I do kind of like to get them acclimated a little bit to the winter, so I may not put it up yet and everything. So let's see. I feel Owen crows with purpose, like he's letting you know. Yeah, no, it's a beautiful day. Whereas Mark crows like he's letting you know that he's there. I would agree with that statement. I would 100% agree that Owen usually has a purpose. Owen is usually letting them know when he sees a hawk from above. But none of them listen to him, so it's really quite sad. And I tell him, it's like, well, they don't listen to me either. Yeah, and Mark is just kind of here. And Alex, I don't even know why Alex isn't out right now. I'm not sure what Alex is doing. Alex, why aren't we out? Oh, you're a funny little bird, Alex. And then they're going into the woods, which I don't love that they do, because it's hard for me to get them. So yeah, so that's the birds. Let's see, Okie, that'll follow you. Perfect. Yeah, Hardraine, you'll enjoy both channels, so you'll enjoy both channels. Yeah, it's a really nicely built coop. Being the Cassandra. Oh, that's good. So, Dola did molt. I feel like she's trying to grow feathers in her bald spot, but I don't know if it's going to get there. I feel like a few feathers have come on board. But like I said, it can take a while for birds to molt. Some of them are looking a bit better. I didn't have any fully naked girls this year. So that's good. Hi. Oh, hi, April. So this squatting thing, well, one, it allows me to give them a little fluff, but the squatting is really a signal to say, hey, I'm ready. So Joe, I don't really recommend that you're doing this, but if you ever want to, if you find a beau out there and you want to let them know you're interested, you can do the chicken squat. You can dip and fall back. That's that's a chicken version of a dip and fall back there, Joe. Oh my word. But anyway, good Friday afternoon humor, right? So, but that's also a good signal if you have not had chickens before and you're curious about, are they going to lay? Are they going to lay? When do they start laying? All that stuff. That's also a good sign that they're about to lay when they start doing that. They'll get in front of you and do that squatting position. So that's another way to tell if a hen's about to lay. I'm just trying to figure out why Owen isn't, not Owen, but Alex isn't coming up. I don't need to witness the mating going on. Come on, Alex. Why aren't you out here? Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Can y'all believe how big Alex has grown since I first showed him? It's really impressive. See, I'm definitely trying that chicken squat when I eye the next. I love it, Joe. That's hilarious. Oh my goodness, these birds. Okay. So yeah, so I'm going to look at the weather here in a second and just determine. I'll try to stay on for another couple minutes. I'm going to look at the weather to kind of determine if I want to put these boards up. I just feel like it's too early because, let me see if there's a way I can see the temperature. No, I don't know that I can see the temperature without leaving, but I'm pretty confident it's in the low 70s, if not something like that. I didn't take the temperature before I left, so that's why I really don't want to board it up yet. It's 38 degrees for one night isn't the end of the world. Oh, what did we find now? Something else has been found. Now this one, oh, she found a mouse, which is very good. So she found a mouse. Nope. Let her eat it. Let her have it. That is brilliant that she found that. But it also lets me know I probably need to clean up this. These are all just pine needles, so I probably need to clean up all these pine needles. So Sunday it will be 43. Thank you, Harjarine. Yeah, I'm probably not going to put them up yet. Okay, she's going to take an hour to eat this thing. Nope, there she goes. There she goes. So that will become an egg. Circle of life. And it moves us all right. Is that the words, lyrics? Joe, I need you to sing. That was a mouse. Oh, April and Amelia are amazing predators. They will, that is true. Never have you seen, chickens are our closest relative to the dinosaur, or modern relative to the dinosaur, and they prove it every time. So we had a frog. One of them had a frog. One of them just ate a mouse, which means I need to clean up all of this, because if that one mouse is there, that means several others are hanging around. I don't tend to put poison out, because if I put poison out and one of my chickens ate the mouse, then guess what's going to happen to that chicken? But mouse, are you doing the choir part? I need to learn the words so I can, when those moments happen again. But April, who was just in there, and her sister Amelia, they're probably my best predators when it comes to they can find. They're always the first to find stuff. So I was actually impressed that Sophia found the frog. But yeah, y'all got an exciting live for a Friday afternoon. I thought I was just gonna be, putting some coop refresher in a chicken coop. And see, I can do the circle of life. Oh, perfect, Jody. Love it. I love that in your wheelchair. Yeah. Well, I cannot sing, so that's the best I'm gonna do on singing the circle of life. It is a beautiful song, though. But yeah, these are my silly little girls and boys. They're having a good fall afternoon. So a quick update on, because if y'all saw my short this morning, I did show a quick update. Joe is doing good. You know, she's still being a good mama. I just got to get her out of her kennel every morning to make sure she eats and drinks and does her little broody poop. And then, so the story with Teddy. So Teddy, my other Rhode Island Red, that's her sister. Her sister's over there. Her sister Izzy. Anyway, Teddy, my Rhode Island Red. You know, we finished the treatment of Corid for the Coccidiosis. I can say it. Coccidiosis, which is that parasite that chickens can get. So I finished the first round of 5 days of Corid for all the birds, including Teddy, but she still just wasn't feeling herself. So, you know, I kept her inside, gave her some water, gave her some eggs, but she was eating and drinking. So nothing changed there. She was eating and drinking, doing her thing. I checked to see if she was egg bound. I checked to see if she had any bumblefoot, just to see if there was something else going on physically. Nothing there. So I went ahead on yesterday. I went ahead, so it was like it would have been a week. I went ahead and took her back to the vet. They did another fecal sample in this particular same veterinarian clinic, but just different vet. And he called me to let me know. It's like she still has a heavy load of the coccidiosis in her fecal. And he did mention, and so this is a good example of why it's always good to get a second opinion. It's not to say the other doctor was incorrect, but it's always good to have a second opinion. He says usually when birds have this, because it can be a pretty, it can be a parasite that can, what I want to say here, it can be a parasite that can, what's the word that I want to use? Build up a tolerance to the medication. So he says he typically doubles the dose. So that's what he had me do. So instead of 1 ounce per 5-gallon container, he had me double it to 2 ounces per 5-gallon container. I'm not giving it to them because Corid is a pretty tough medication for chickens. It's basically stripped them of their vitamins, as we learned last time. The coccidiosis attaches itself to, and thank you, Joe, from last time, the thiamine or the B1 vitamin. That's how it sort of lives its life and procreates and all those things, living on the thiamine or the B1. And so basically what Corid does is strips them of a lot of their vitamins, right? So you don't want to necessarily give it to birds that you're not necessarily treating. You do want to do a preventative, but you don't want to do a long-term one if you're just doing the treating. So Teddy is still inside, and I did go ahead and double the dose as was suggested. She's doing good this morning. She's had some normal poops. She's had, like, I'm telling you, if you are someone who is on the fence, and I'm going to say this with a straight face, if you are someone who is on the fence about getting chickens or whether you should get chickens, understand you are going to learn a lot about poop, chicken poop. What's normal, what's not normal, did they eat something? I don't know. But you've got to be ready to learn a lot about chicken poop if you're going to raise chickens. So, she is doing well. She was having that greenish poop, that diarrhea poop, which is indication something's going on. And today, all of her poops have been a nice sort of, I'm insane to talk about this. All of her poops have been kind of a nice sort of, what kind of brown is it? I'm trying to think of a kind of, it's not a dark brown, but it's kind of it's not dark, but it's kind of a honey golden brown color. And they've been solid. So that is a good sign that she's doing better. I should make my hashtag chicken poop. Maybe that will be a poop brown, but it's not like poop brown. It has like a highlight to it. So poop brown with highlights. Can that be a thing? Poop brown with highlights. Anyway, so it's good poop. So I am going to continue the treatment for another 5 days, see how she does, and then she can kind of hang out with her sisters. Once she does that, I will give them some of that poultry cell, which helps. Basically, you want to do the Corid treatment and then you want to kind of help them replenish the vitamins. And so I'll give her some poultry cell once she's done with this round, the second round of Well, he actually wants me to do it for 10 days, so we'll see what happens. We'll see if I do 10 days or just keep it, because she technically has had 10 days, but we'll see. Oh, I like, ooh, walnut whip brown. I like that. I'm telling y'all, we can, like, this, okay, here's the thing. We've got to, we as a collective need to figure out how to come up with or work with one of these DNA. You know how there's all these companies that you can send your test samples to and they'll let you know if you have a thing? Like, why has no one done this for chicken poop? It would be so much easier. I'm not saying you don't still need to go to a vet, but a lot of the problems that chickens have is literally solved by their chicken poop. So why can't I have an at-home chicken poop test? So if any of y'all know, like, a scientist or, you know, let's get connected here. Because, and this is my documentation that this is my idea, not someone else's. So there you go. But anyway, so yeah, so it would solve a lot of issues if we could have a at-home chicken poop test. Because books and images on Google are not quite enough. But anyway, let's stop talking about chicken poop. Let me let y'all see the chickens. Oh, that's so funny. In that conversation, I went from 11 to 7 subscribers. I guess they don't, not subscribers, but people in the room. I guess they had enough of chicken poop talk. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. So yeah, so got her the medicine. She's doing good. And then the other thing that I got yesterday while I was in town was I went ahead and got them some scratch, got them some more layer and all flock feed. And then I also got, because of Joe, we'll get a yeah, we need to go on this show, get a prototype together. I agree. So let me walk over. Well, I'm not going to walk over all the way to Joe. Joe doesn't need to be bothered. But I did get her some, so I did get a bag of starter and grower feed. I went ahead and, even though the chicks are not here yet, I like to give that to, I read it, I'm pretty sure I read it on, you know, a Facebook page or Google or whatever. But I go ahead and give her the starter and grower feed one, because that's, you know, the chicks are going to need to eat that. She can eat it, but it's also very high in protein and very high in nutrients. And as y'all saw, Joe is not eating. Joe the chicken, not Joe the moderator. Joe the chicken. She's not eating as... Joe the chicken is on the OMAD diet. She eats once a day. How do you like... There you go. Joe at Sleep and Slim Down in Hardrain. She's literally on the OMAD diet. So she eats once a day while she's broody. So I did go ahead and with the chicken starter feed, it gives her the extra nutrients that she will need during this time. And it's also very high in protein, so that will keep her body heat up and things like that. So yeah, both of y'all OMAD twin. You didn't know, you had no idea you had so much in common with a random chicken in Texas, did you? You never, like, in June of this year, you never knew this chicken existed and is now like symbolic of your life. Oh, so the other thing about Amelia and April, they have zero tolerance for these roosters. They will fight back, and you can see that big giant rooster is scared of little old Amelia over here. She does embody all that you are. That's perfect. Okay, so I think I've convinced myself I'm not gonna board things up yet. Worst case scenario, I have some tarp. If I just want to board something up for that day and night, I'll do that. But I think I'm just gonna let it be, not board it up right now. But I think I'll go ahead and say have a good rest of your afternoon and evening. I know that I think Kindy K might be live right now, so definitely go over to Kindy K all day. I think she's currently doing a shop talk, so make sure you head over there. Joe Hardrain, do y'all know anybody else going live? I know Dee, she is not going live tonight. I don't think Downsizing Diva, I think she said on Wednesday she wasn't going live tonight. Do y'all know, can y'all think of anyone else that might be going live this evening that people may be interested in? And if you're still in the chat, feel free to let us know if you're going live tonight so we have a heads up. Chicken Explorers has been live all day. Yeah, he's had a really great live all day. And I think Callie Chicken as well. She's been live all day. And she has Halloween decorations in her coop. So check out Callie live as well. Or Callie Chickens. She's been live all day. So yeah, that's all the ones I know about. But definitely do some catching up on your catching up on. I know I have several. I think I have 30 videos I need to watch later on. So I'm just gonna work on some of my polymer clay jewelry, and I think I've got the stuff that I need to send Grant Campbell, or the Earl of Campbell. I need to send him the package for his wife. I think I got the stuff that I needed in the mail today. So I'm just gonna kind of do all my watch later videos while I work on my polymer clay stuff. So I appreciate each of you. Thank y'all for joining. I think y'all got to see some excitement. You got to see the boring part of me cleaning out a chicken coop, or laying some straw down, and then you got to see chickens eat a frog and a mouse. So I can't guarantee that will happen every live, but at least it happened. At least it happened while you were here and you got to see it. So Joe, Hardraine, I may bug y'all for a title. I may need a really fun title, and I'll enlist Chatticus to help me out with Chatty and Chatticus to help me out with a fun little thumbnail. So that should be really cool. But everyone have a wonderful Halloween, and personally my favorite holiday, even though I don't necessarily go to any celebrations. Tomorrow is what is it? Day of the Dead. So both celebrations are important to the people who celebrate them, and so you know, make sure you go out and do the things and be safe. Number one, be very, very safe while you're out there. But y'all have a great afternoon and evening, and most of y'all I'll probably see in these YouTube streets. So take care. Bye-bye.